Oba was a very short man. In the whole village, there was no one as small as him. His head barely reached the waist of other men, and even children sometimes stood taller. People laughed at him all the time. When he passed by, young boys would point at him and shout, "Look at the stump of a man." Even the old women laughed and said, "If the wind blows too strong, Oba will fly away like a leaf." Oba always laughed along. He clapped his hands and pretended it was funny. But when he went into his house at night, his smile would fade. He would sit alone in the dark, holding his knees, and the laughter from the day would echo in his head. One afternoon, Oba tried to speak to a girl at the stream. Her name was Kemi, and she was filling her pot with water. Oba greeted her and tried to carry her pot for her. The girls who stood nearby began to giggle. One of them said loudly, "Careful, Kemi, your pot is taller than your helper." They all burst into laughter. Kemi covered her face and walked away. Oba stood there with the pot in his hands, forcing a smile while his chest burned with shame. Another time, Oba was repairing the fence in front of his small house. He held his hoe and tried to dig the ground. Some young men walked past. They saw how his short arms struggled with the hoe. One of them laughed. "Look, the hoe is taller than its owner." The others joined in. Oba laughed with them, wiping sweat from his face, but inside his heart, the pain was heavy. That evening, Oba went into the bush to check his traps. He had set them hoping to catch a rabbit or a bird for supper. As he was walking home, the sun already low, he met a strange woman on the narrow path. She wore a wrapper made from rough cloth, and her eyes were sharp like they could see inside him. "Oba," she called. He stopped. "How do you know my name?" The woman smiled. "I know more than your name. I know your pain. They laugh at you, don't they?" Oba's chest tightened. He said nothing. The woman reached into her calabash and brought out a small clay cup. Inside was a dark liquid that smelled like bitter roots. "Drink this before you sleep tonight," she said. "By morning you will no longer be small." Oba frowned. "How can that be? This is how I was born." The woman looked straight into his eyes. "Do you want to remain like this forever? Drink it. By tomorrow, you will be a new man." Oba took the cup home. That night, he turned it in his hands for a long time. Finally, he drank it all and lay down to sleep. In the morning, Oba woke with a strange dizziness. He went outside to stretch himself. Then he felt it, his legs pulling longer, his arms stretching wide. His head rose higher and higher until he saw the roof of his house beneath him. Oba gasped. The ground looked small. His hut looked like a toy. His body was still changing, bones cracking, flesh pulling, growing. Then a sharp pain tore through him. He staggered, clutching his chest. His voice thundered from his mouth, shaking the walls. Whatever was happening to him, something he could not control. And that was only the beginning.